Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe. Welcome back on the channel. I'm super excited because we have two things that come back. The first one is Dynamo Kiev versus Juventus. What is coming back? It's Champions League. It's really crazy because we start the season, we have immediately Serie A, then we have Pirlo, we have new players, and we have immediately the Champions League. That's the first thing. And the second thing is my friend Mo El Tactico. Ciao Mo, how are you doing?
Ciao, Giuseppe. I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing okay. You see, we had some problems versus Crotone. We didn't do the video
Yeah,
of El Tactico. Pirlo was lost because he couldn't follow the channel. He couldn't listen to you and your advices. So that's for me the biggest problem we had. Did you
yeah.
were you able to see the game versus Crotone?
I was able to watch it. Yes, yes. Well,
Drama, right?
yeah, a lot of drama, and it was really frustrating at the end. But we have a good surprise for Pirlo today. We're gonna help him a bit more.
I hope so because we need those 3 points. So it's Dynamo Kiev, Juventus. We play in Ukraine. I'm super happy that we don't have to play there in December. Starting now, also we play at 7 p.m. Europe time, so it's not that cold.
Yeah,
That can help a lot. Always better to play there, begin or mid October than in December. We will miss Cristiano Ronaldo. That's a problem. Luckily, Chiesa will be there because he had a red card, but that's for Serie A, so he will be there. But we miss also McKennie. Those are
yeah.
problems. So for the people that joining for the first time the El Tactico videos, guys, you can follow Mo, my friend Mo, here on Twitter at Chahali. You can follow him. Really nice to follow him because sometimes he translate articles from a journalist or live things about Juventus, and he has always really insightful information. So do that. Follow him. And what we are doing today is we are speaking about the expected 11. It's really hard because we record actually 2 days before the game. Then we go to the strength, weaknesses, and opportunities, the danger, and we finish with something that we like. It's the prediction time, not mine because I will jinx it, but the one of Mo. So we start immediately, Mo, with a bit of story about the game because that's always nice to hear. I will change position with you up because you are the
Okay,
leader from now on. So let me know why you choose that picture.
perfect. So first, Pirlo with Brescia. Why? Because Lucesco, the current manager of Dynamo Kiev, he's the one who launched Pirlo 25 years ago. And today he's the opponent of Pirlo. So this is like a great story. And Lucesco already talked about it, and he's very proud of Pirlo, and he's expecting a lot of success. The
And then
second
you
picture,
showed us also Shevchenko with Davids.
yes. So that was in '98. We played against Dynamo back then. We won. We also played against them in the season 2002 to 2003, and we won as well. So I'm hoping that we continue that streak and we beat them again.
The funny thing with Dynamo Kiev and Lucescu, the trainer, is that the trainer also trained Inter, and for sure when you train Inter, he was a bit Inter fan in Serie A. But the funny thing is, in the summer when he heard that Pirlo was about to sign or became the trainer of Juventus, he said maybe my heart will change for the first time loving Juventus. I don't know now that Juventus is in the same Champions League group, if it will be the case or not. So
Yeah.
let's see. But there is some love, like a father and a son there. So that will be also an emotional moment. That will be quite fun. And then the groups. You wanted to tell us something about the groups, Mo?
Yeah, just quickly, it's the first game, but it's a really important game. These are points that we need to get. We have Barcelona, who's a tough team to beat, so we need to get as maximum points as we can against Dynamo Kiev, home and away. So yeah, we need to go and win. There is no option. So that's why I wanted to show that group.
You you worked on the expected 11. It's not easy, I believe, to work on that, especially 2 days in advance. But What do you think will be the man?
Yeah, so Chesney is back on goal, that's for sure. The big surprise here is that we're gonna have Cuadrado on the left. I know he didn't play super good when he was there. He was uncomfortable. He didn't know what to do when he got close to the goal. But Frabotta didn't do really well. It showed like his inexperience against Crotone. So we need someone like Cuadrado, and we're gonna see why they play a lot on the sides, Dinamo. So we need to have experienced players. So we're gonna have Cuadrado on one side, Chiesa on the other. Kulusevski is gonna be there between them, providing link ups, and Dybala will start as well. Dybala with Morata.
You on internet you see that people are divided about the performance of Chiesa. Some say that he played really really well until the red card. Other people are saying that he was not good. What is your opinion about Chiesa's game?
He didn't start really well. He lost the ball a couple times, but then he started growing and linking up really well with Kulusevski on the right. He started doing like quick passes. Obviously, he's still not ready. He only trained for 1 day with Juventus, but he started growing bit by bit, and then the red card, messed
I
everything.
have my doubts about Arthur Bentancur starting now. Probably they will be the starters, in the best team of Juventus. But I have my doubts of seeing them starting immediately. Performance was not convincing. I would surprise maybe people, but I believe in what you are saying about Cuadrado on the left. I don't know if it's the best solution, but maybe that will happen. But I believe that we will see Rabiot and Bentancur, just a thought. What about the Dynamo Kiev players? Because that's another story. I hope you can pronounce the name because it's not always easy.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm gonna have. I apologize already to my Ukrainian friends that I'm not gonna be really good with the pronunciation. So they're gonna play a 4-3-3. Usually they play 4-2-3-1, and we're gonna see this changing a lot during the game. So we're gonna see Bulyaski getting closer to Supriaga and forming that triangle there. And then you have Rodriguez and Depena. They're always creating dangers on the side. So this is why it's really important to have experienced players on the side. Shaparenko is good at setting up the plays, and he shoots well from far. But their defense is very young, unexperienced, and that would be basically their weakest link. All the players are very young, which is a good thing and a bad thing because they don't have that experience, but they're very hungry. They want to show that they're able to play against the big guys.
The thing that I noticed was that six players from Dynamo Kiev were starters with Spain. So
Yeah,
they played even together. They beat Spain 1-0. Who was the man that scored a goal? Do you know, Mo?
yeah. Tsigankov, he scored the goal. He's not in the starting lineup. He always started on the bench, but right now in the Ukrainian league with Dynamo, he's their highest scorer with 3 goals, but always starting from the bench. So he's going to be a really important card that Lucescu will play during the game. So during the second half, we should watch out for that player.
Then we have the most nice thing that I prefer always is strength, weaknesses, and opportunity. We start with the strength of Dynamo Kiev.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is a game against Ghent. It was the qualifying round. They already won 2-1 away, and now they started playing against them at home. They started with a 4-3-3, but right away you could see what we mentioned that it became 3-1 up there, and you see that triangle between Depena, Rodriguez, Supriaga, and Buliaski. Shaparenko has the ball and he sees that it's very condensed there, so he passes the ball to the other side. And you see Kedziora, he already found his player. He knows he needs to pass up front to Bulyaski. He could have passed to Rodriguez as well, but he found that Bulyaski was unmarked. And right away, Supriaga positioned himself. He went behind the defenders, and Bulyaski knew that he passed the ball. And Supriaga took the ball all the way inside the box and returned it again, and Bulyaski scored. All this in the ninth minute. So they're very fast, young players, dynamic. They like to attack from the sides. So this is what we should watch out.
So if I go back, because it's going really quick actually, yeah. If I'm not wrong, in 9 seconds you have Sharapenko that's giving back, and then immediately you see that triangle that become a line here,
Yes.
becoming alive, giving more solution instead of here. Wait, I go back. So here you have limited solution, but immediately they going they offer solutions where they continue the action, they center and boom. Okay,
Yeah.
and then you have their weaknesses, I believe.
Their weakness is what we said is their defense. This is Zavarny. He's their central defender. You can see he was trying to clear the ball because he was receiving a lot of pressure. He was thinking of giving it to Kedziora there, the right back, but I think it was a wrong decision. The experience shows there it was cut by the Ghent player. And the worrying part is not that. If you look in the middle of the pitch there is a Ghent player in front of goal. No one is on him. No one is looking at him. He's just there. So it's exactly what uh, is predicted when you look at this picture. Ghent was able to cut the ball. He was able to pass it to the player that's in the middle there. And you see, the worst part is you see Zabarni, Kedziora, and Sidorchuk all going on the same player who has the ball and not the other player. Mikolenko, that's the other central back, he's trying to run and position himself, but he's really far. And the left back is not even there. So, and then the next thing is now that Mikolenko went there, Zavarny, Kedziora, Sidorchuk, they all again went with the ball instead of like trying to see who's coming and covering spaces. They left a lot of space behind them, and luckily for them, the gun player didn't score. The one coming from outside the box, but this is something we should really pay attention to. They're not great defensively. They're not great with set pieces. So we need to pressure them. We need to counterattack. They don't know how to position really well. So this is we have to take a lot of advantage of that
Yeah,
and
you
score
you
many.
clearly see it when we go back. Here you see really the player alone, and there instead of going into the player, you see that the three men go there. So normally Mikolenko, you think that he goes onto the player, but they go onto the player, leaving again big spaces. That's a big problem, and that's why I tell you, I believe maybe we will see a Rabiot and Bentancur because they are really good in pressure more than Arthur. Can be wrong, for sure, can be wrong, but that's what I think. And
Yeah.
and now you have analyzed a bit of the great things, not a lot, and a few mistakes that Juventus did versus Corotone, right?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. So now we're bringing in something fresh, something different. We want to show Pirlo, if he's watching, what he should focus on, what he should watch out. So here, this is something good that happened between Chiesa and Kulusevski on the right side. On the left side, there was no one to provide that same support. But you see, Chiesa right away passes to Kulusevski. Kulusevski is able to take the ball and go all the way up front. Chiesa is offering also some support there, but Morata is there as well. So Kulusevski spots Morata and he passes the ball. Morata, he did something really smart. He found a space between the defenders and he spotted Portanova's run and he passed a really good ball. Well, unfortunately, Portanova didn't score. But this is the kind of things that with Dybala we would have much more options there.
That was one of the few things because the goal, I know that we saw it a few times, the goal, and that was great to analyze as well. Again, Kulusevski, Chiesa, and Morata was a
Yeah,
great one, but I believe this one could have been an amazing, beautiful goal, how we built up the game. So
yeah,
I'm really happy that you showed that one.
yeah,
But then, that's a great strength that Juventus had. With the new ones with surprises, but we did also some mistakes, and one was really big, and it was as you will show us, our right side was a disaster, I
yeah,
believe, and I spoke a few times about it, about an organization. We were not organized at all, and I believe Chiesa was not really supporting on the right, and you
yeah,
you are showing it also with some images, Amo.
yeah, absolutely. So this is the example again in the first half. Uh, there was an attack by Crotone. They brought the ball back, and then Danilo went up to try and pressure. But this is what happens. Look at the line there between that is left, a vertical line, and this is horrible because you see Demiral, Danilo, Chiesa, and Bentancur having that line. It leaves a huge space behind them, and this is what Crotone did. It was easy to spot. They passed the ball behind this line. Demiral tried to catch up, but it was really far. You see, Bonucci is trying to go back in position. Frabotta as well. He's a bit far from his player, inexperienced again. Danilo is also really far. He's trying to catch up, but
Mm.
it's
But
going to be
Danilo
hard
is
for him.
totally out of position here.
Demiral is out of position completely. Yeah, Demiral should have been on the left, but because
Yep.
Danilo left his position, so this is what happened. And then Crotone was able to pass a really dangerous ball. When I saw this, I'm like, okay, this is goal. Like, no way. Luckily, it didn't go in, but Bonucci was covering well. Frabotta almost scored. If he touched the ball, for me, it would have been a goal because you're going to see in the next picture where he falls after that, like right there in the goal. But him falling in the goal there, meaning that there was a lot of space in the back. So Crotone was able to take the ball back, and you have two players there without any cover.
Mm,
Danilo was walking as well. He didn't pick one of these players, but luckily Gigi Buffon saved the ball.
that happened. That happened so many times that for me, it's really a disaster because we saw it so much. So I don't know whose mistake it was or not, but if it happened one time, you can say, okay, it was a moment of the game. Here, it was a lot of time that on our right side we had some difficulties.
Yeah,
Who's the danger? Because a lot of time we spoke about for sure or number 10 or a striker, but this time you want to speak about someone else.
yeah. A lot of people will be surprised. I picked the goalkeeper in this case. Why? Because for me, he was really great against Spain. He was really great against Ghent as well. He did some nice saves. So for me, he's gonna be the player of the team of Dynamo Kiev next game. Juventus. He's young. He's 26, but he showed some promise. He's not great, but I think he's gonna do amazing. He's gonna compensate a bit for the lack of experience in defense.
And now we have the moment that everyone is waiting. Prediction time, Mo. It's time to put the face on it. So
I
one of
know,
the
I know. A lot
predictions
of people
already
don't
is
like
that
that because
Quadrado will play on the left. That's one thing.
yes,
Uh, Dybala starts because we didn't speak about him, but Dybala starts. That's also what you said. And
yeah,
now the score:
3-1. Juve,
Juventus
you
3-1.
of course, yeah.
You're optimistic, Mo. You're really optimistic.
I am, but I think they're gonna learn a lot from the Crotone game.
But they don't have a lot
Strongest.
of time. We have to say also that it's not easy for Pirlo because we played on Saturday.
Yeah,
Yesterday they were resting. No,
yeah,
actually today. I'm sorry, we are Sunday. So Sunday was resting, and then they train one day and they have to travel to Ukraine. So it's
yeah,
not easy at all to prepare a game. Huh?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
3
tiring.
1. Who do you see in the scorer? Morata again?
Morata is gonna score. Dybala is gonna score, and the third one, I think it's gonna be a surprise.
Curious. Okay, guys,
That's it.
i- if you didn't yet, and if you loved that 20-minute format that we did with Mo, please subscribe to the channel. Put a maximum of like because the work that Mo is doing for the channel is amazing, and I want to reward also Mo with a maximum of like. Why? Because at the end, watching Dynamo Kiev is not the most sexy topic in the world. I don't know, how many of us are watching the Champions League games of Dynamo Kiev or the Ukrainian League, but Mo is doing it. So thank you for the amazing work that you are doing. So
Yeah,
do
absolutely.
that. And then as we finish, like always, Mo, go. You say hello to the people. You close the channel.
Yeah, absolutely. So, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you liked it. Send us our comments if you want some things added or changed. We're open. So thank you, Giuseppe. Follow this guy. This guy is doing a lot of great work for this English community. Uh, and fino alla fine. Ciao, everyone.
Ciao.